Good evening, vampires, werewolves, and all other nocturnal beings. Welcome to Tiddies By Night, a Vampire the Masquerade actual play run entirely by creatures of marginalized genders and presented by Tabletop Tiddies. My name is Kelly, my pronouns are they, them, and I will be your storyteller for tonight. But before we get into the episode, we want to acknowledge the colonial history of Canada and how Canada has and continues to take from Indigenous people. The effects of colonization are still felt to this day, and we acknowledge that this episode is being recorded on the stolen lands of the Secwepemc, Semiahmoo, Katzie, Kwantlen, Musqueam, Squamish, Tsleil-Waututh, and Coast Salish First Nations. If you would like to know more about the effects of colonization and support some Indigenous charities and organizations, you can go to the resources page on our website at tabletoptiddies.com/resources. With me, I am joined by the investigators of the occult and unusual.
Hello, my name is Emily Matchette, and I play Imogen White, who is a salubri. I use he, she, her pronouns, and so does Imogen.
Hello, everybody. My name is Charlene Bear. You can call me Char. My pronouns are she, they, and I play Octavia Smith, the Tremere, whose pronouns are she, her.
Hello, everyone. My name is Rachel Theilade. My pronouns are she, her, and I play Evelyn Stormloft, the Nosferatu, whose pronouns are also she, her.
Oh, it's me, Syrinscape.
I was like,
there wasn't any music playing. That's totally why I forgot.
Yeah.
We are using Syrinscape to help make our stream more atmospheric. It allows us to play sound effects, backing music, and hear our sires in our ears. You can use it too. It's free at Syrinscape.com.
And we have a shout out tonight for D&D Boy Band. D&D Boy Band is a character-focused and roleplay heavy D&D show from London, England, with a diverse and LGBTQ cast. Their campaign takes place in the Critical Role universe, and their current arc follows the dramatic aftermath of their previous party member betraying them and becoming the BBEG. Ew. Their party, made up of 6 hot but dumb dudes, are now trying to blackmail Essex Theilade for help. D&D Boy Band have character and campaign summaries on their Twitch page, so you can get up to speed easily, and their players regularly answer questions in chat. They stream Tuesdays at 11 a.m. Pacific time, so it's the perfect show for your lunch break, or you can catch their VODs on YouTube. Check them out now at twitch.tv/D&D Boy Band.
Heck yes. Possible triggers for this episode: burning, gore, slight body horror, and religion. If you are bothered by any of those things, feel free to skip this episode, or when they come up, just sort of step away, and the scene will be over when you come back. We use lines and veils. I have a list of everybody's triggers and things to avoid, as well as things to just sort of reference in the background. I would advise all of you to use this. It makes your table safe, and everyone has fun and knows that they can be comfortable at any time. If the players want a scene to end or don't feel comfortable with something, they'll give me an X card. They'll put an X up on the screen or type it in chat, and we will skip that scene. Things might change. Canon will absolutely change, and everything will be chill and copacetic, y'all.
Wow, that was like so many different decades of slang right there.
Do people still say copacetic? Anyways, previously on Tiddies By Night, the coterie was sent to the carnival by a fabulous kindred by the name of Leon Cavallo, they themselves being sent by Melinda Lee for unknown reasons. Once there, the investigators faced strange attractions and revealed that souls were being trapped inside the fair. They eventually located the owner of the carnival, a charismatic ringleader. They were a group of mages that were stealing souls to power their magic. Things went off the rails as Leon triggered a full-on riot in the carnival as attractions were lit ablaze. I looked away for a split second and lost my space. 1 sec. As attractions were lit ablaze, Evelyn devoured the head mage and the team managed to flee, leaving behind an old porcelain doll they know to be named Marguerite. Back at the IOU, the Flesh Marguerite, revealed that the doll contained her soul, and she's been looking for it for years. She expressed her anger and disappointment to the group, and they booked it back into the night to retrieve the doll. Back at one of Leon's estates, we found Melinda Lee waiting for her information. Leon told Melinda that they had found what they had found, and the carnival was funded by a novelist named Bram Stoker, who's threatening to release a Masquerade-breaking book. Melinda was disappointed to not receive gossip on Evelyn, but did tell Leon that he had accidentally embraced someone, and the Lees are now taking care of them. But we are going to pick up immediately where we were before. As the four of you, including Prophet, rush back towards the carnival, you notice that the riot inside of the fair has full-on spread. The city is now kind of littered with aggressive-looking people causing fights, and some people are coming out of their homes, apparently, to unleash some of their aggression that is pent up. The fire at the heart of the square has not subsided, and you see some of the attractions are still ablaze as some surrounding buildings are also being lit up. It is becoming difficult for you to be in this area as your beast is trying to declare that you should leave. But with a goal in mind, you are able to get within a reasonable distance of the fair. It looks like the patrons of the fair have just incited citizens to start joining them, and it's getting pretty crazy up here.
It's getting hot.
As you approach the carnival, you can actually make out some people who are were in the carnival itself, sort of like helping people get out from under some of the attractions. And I'm going to need all of you to give me a wits and awareness.
Ooh. Okay. 3 successes.
Also 3.
Ooh.
1.
Nice. Imogen,
On brand.
You're,
Yeah.
starting with Imogen, as you're sort of like standing a fair distance away from the carnival, sort of like watching this, you can see like some of the beams and stuff of some of the attractions have fallen onto some people, and you see a collection of possibly fairgoers, possibly employees who are trapped with very little assistance. Evelyn, you spot sort of at the end of the carnival a figure rushing off in almost near frenzy. The figure itself looks quite familiar. It appears to be Alvina Giovanni rushing away from the carnival on the other side of it.
I point this out to everyone, and
Well, she can't be up to any good.
she looked as though she was about on the cusp of a frenzy. This could end very poorly.
And she was leaving, you said?
Yes.
Do we follow her? I mean, we must get the doll.
We must, yes. Well, what do you want to do? Would you rather just leave her?
We could go in teams of 2. Who's the fastest out of all of us?
I think probably I am.
Not
Yeah.
me.
Probably like Evelyn and
me.
Prophet can run together.
Yeah,
Sure.
I don't want to. I mean, well, do you want Prophet to go without you?
I'll have Imogen by my side. Isn't that right?
Of course.
Besides, we
Alright.
know where we're going for the Chantry.
All right. Come on, old boy.
So Evelyn and Prophet are going to rush off after Alvina.
Yeah.
All
He's
right.
going to activate his extra tracking ability.
Ooh, that's true.
I would also like to, as we're following, I will activate Unseen Passage
Okay.
Because I don't want anybody to see me, especially somebody who's gonna frenzy.
That's fair.
I'm gonna rouse, because I have no hunger right now, because I ate a whole dude. Well, I'm hungrier now.
Nice.
So
You hear
one hunger I can manage.
you hear a less calm and sort of cocky sire in your mind, and you instead hear, "Evelyn, what are you doing? The fires will engulf you. Get out of here." Also, one thing that we did not note, but when you fully devoured that man last time, you claimed his resonance, which is choleric, which is angry, violence, passion, because he was very passionate about what he was doing, which means that you get a +1 dice on your celerity and potence rolls while your resonance, and you feel a bit like more angry and volatile.
I am on edge. Makes sense, because there's fire everywhere.
Evelyn, with your wits and awareness, you can hear like screamings coming from the city around you and sort of like distant calls of people. But there's something else on top of it. As you get closer to the carnival, you feel that some of those screams are within the carnival itself. So we are going to stick with Octavia and Imogen for the time being. You're standing a bit outside of the carnival. You can see all of the activity that's going on. You know where the Enchantry is, and you're free to do whatever you would like.
Imogen, I suggest you keep your eyes peeled for someone you may be able to convince us, or convince to help us acquire this doll. I believe the ward will still be up.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. And yeah, as we go to the Chantry.
All right. Each of you give me a willpower check as you approach the Chantry, or as you approach the carnival that is pretty on fire at this point.
We resetting our willpower, yeah? No?
Yeah, you're spent.
Session, or okay. I have 1 extra now because I leveled
Hey!
up.
Yeah!
Woo.
I got a 2.
Okay.
3 successes.
All right. Imogen, you can feel the beast like tugging at you. Your aunt is trying to like keep you from this fire, but your focus is keeping you pushing forward enough, and you sort of push ahead of Octavia, who's like focusing, and you can hear Octavia in your mind, your sire like tugging at your brain, basically calling you an idiot more than usual. And as you more than usual.
My sire's mean to me.
And as you are being tugged, you sort of like stumble a bit, and you start, you feel yourself slipping into a premonition as you have lost focus for a moment, and you start to get that similar feeling of like the combination of like, oh, we're having so much fun, and the save me and the screaming in your mind. But you completely disassociate from the moment as this wave of potent spirit energy washes over you. You begin to get flashes of senses, all in succession. You smell dust and sand and a hot burning in the back of your neck that you recognize as the sun, and you can hear horses and revolver shots, and suddenly you hear cracking of ropes and washing of waves. You can smell wood and BO and mist splashing on your face, and suddenly you hear the roar of a lion and people calling out in fear. The air is hot, and as you breathe, your lungs start to burn, and suddenly everything goes quiet as your knees feel like they hit a soft floor, and you can smell tea, and a soft strumming is heard in the distance. All of these different places start buffeting you and scrambling your brain, and I'm going to need you to make me another willpower save.
Okay. 2. Again.
The ringing in your ear becomes so loud that you almost feel like your skull is about to crack open. And you stumble to the ground now, unable to move as all of these visions are buffeting you, and you see all of these people's lives basically pass through you. Imogen, you're like a few feet ahead of Octavia now as you see her stumble to the ground, and you hear the cries of people behind you, unable to save themselves.
Do I notice Octavia?
Yeah, you basically
Falling?
you look behind and you see Octavia on the ground now, sort of stiffened as you see her when she has a premonition.
Am I able to say anything?
Yeah, does it look like she's in pain?
You can she's flinching as if being struck by something, but you see no visual, nothing appears to be hitting her.
Obia, then.
All right, go ahead.
I failed my rouse.
All right. I mean, that means we get to hear your sire.
Yay!
What hunger does that make you?
3.
All right. That means we get to see a little bit more Angie. This sire is brought to us by Shane Easton. I'm just turning down the music so that it works properly because I'm always fucking nervous.
You can't give in, but maybe just a taste. Just a taste and we'll be sated, dearie.
As all of these conflicting emotions are washing over you, you can smell some of the people that have been struck by falling debris, and the blood in the air begins to tinge at you a little bit. But you are able to use your Obia to try to calm Octavia down.
Thank you.
3 successes.
3 successes. Are you gonna say any? Are you saying anything while you do this?
No, I think there's so much going on right now. I don't know. I don't think Imogen has the capability to come up with a rhyme at the moment.
That's fair. As the smell of the human blood in the air sort of wafts into your nose, another smell of blood as just your forehead blood is now leaking down your nose. But Octavia, the voice is kind of silenced for a moment, and you still have that sort of sense memory of all of these visions, but you can smell now the burning fire and hearing the screams of the people around you.
Go. I'll be no help to you right now. The priority is the doll. I try to usher Imogen away.
All right. I'll grab a bystander though and be like, "Can you help my friend get out of the fair? She can't see."
Give me just a quick charisma and persuasion.
That's what I'm good at.
Yeah.
2 successes out of 6.
In the rush of
worth it.
everything that goes up, you grab somebody as they look at you, they're like, "Something. You need medical assistance. What's wrong? You're bleeding."
I'm all right. Don't worry about me. Can you help my friend please get out of the fair? She can't see, and I need to go I dropped my purse. So I need to go grab my purse, and then you can help my friend.
We both need to get out of here. And starts tugging at you as they're pulling towards Octavia.
I'm fine. You need to help my friend, and I will go, and I'll be right back.
All right, fine.
I grab on. I reach out to grab on to the person.
They freak out for a bit, and then they come down to assist you as they start to lift you up and are trying to pull you away from the fire.
She'll
Thank
be all
you.
right. Don't worry. Thank you so much for taking the time. And I'll just get up and start walking.
All right. Imogen, what are you doing?
I'm going to the Chantry, and I'm going to find the doll.
All right. So as you pass all of the attractions and stuff, you can see in front of you where the Chantry is, and it's there's a bit of fire licking at the sides of it now. And as you get closer, in front of you, you see the Chantry entrance, but you hear to the side of you, sort of crushed by part of the domain of Dracula, you see the sort of shallow, sunken individual who was running it now crushed by the facade a bit, and they're trying to hold it up as it's crackling a bit. It's up to you.
I go in to help them.
All right.
No!
I'm gonna need.
Hey, is it too late to use some XP to put in my brawl or my strength? Is it too late for that?
A little bit, yeah.
Damn it.
I mean, as you
I thought about it and I didn't do it.
as you get closer to the burning facade, I'm gonna need another willpower check. As like being this close to the fire and feeling the heat, you can feel your aunt like screaming in the back of your head.
3 successes.
You stumble up towards it, and almost as if a reflection in your own eyes, the flames start to lick around you. Not physically, but like in your mind, and you hear your aunt sort of screaming at you to stop. And you feel yourself frozen this moment, just staring at this person under the facade. Evelyn.
This is not going well.
Hey.
You are currently in pursuit with Prophet. Give me a wits and awareness just to sort of track Elvena's movement as she's sort of like pushing through crowds and the buildings around her are sort of lit.
3 successes.
Can you give me a wits and awareness for Prophet as well, Shar?
Can I do survival tracking?
Sure. Yeah.
And I'll still do wits.
All right.
1, 2, 3. Because he has a specialty in that. 5 successes.
All right. You're keeping a pretty close eye on Elvena, Evelyn, but occasionally, like, a lick of fire will shoot out of a building that sort of, like, distracts you.
Yeah, that's
but
fair.
Prophet will, like, bump you at this point, nudging you aside as you, like, flicker in and out of unseen passage. Mm-hmm. But you are able to, with Prophet's help, track Elvena, who is still about a block in front of you, running, basically doing the same thing of, like, occasionally fire will pop out and she freaks out. But you see, gripped in her left arm is a porcelain doll.
Aha. All right. What I would like to do, I would like to use chemistry on her again.
Chemistry.
Chemistry. And I would like to have her hallucinate that the doll is going to attack her. She will
Ooh.
drop it and run away.
Nice.
My hope.
Cool.
Let's rouse and see if I have 2 hunger. I don't. we did it. And that is, I believe, obfuscate a manipulation that I have to roll.
Yes.
So let me do
Versus
that.
her composure and wits.
I feel like her composure is not so hot. At least right now, but I don't know if that means her stats are bad. 1, 2,
Ooh, boy.
3.
I'm like, do I want to use willpower? Yeah, I'll use willpower. She's fucking... Well, no, she actually wouldn't have a lot of willpower right now because she's been losing it to the fire. So we're going to leave it that.
All right. Well, that might have been a mistake because I got 1, 2, 3, and then 2 10s.
Oh, boy.
So
7.
7 successes.
yeah,
So you're making her believe that the doll has come to life in her arms?
it like turns into a fucking little demon doll, and it's just like.
All right. You see, because you can, I don't know if you're allowed to, but you can see the illusion yourself. You gotta keep.
I'm crafting it with
Yeah.
my mind, so it
You
makes
see
sense
her
that
kind
I
of
would
like
know what she was.
stumble back as it looks like the doll has like bitten her arm, and she tosses it to the ground. And as you do, you see her like look around for a bit, and 3 flaming crossbow bolts hit her in the back. As you see a man walk up to her holding a sword and stab it into her heart.
Oh fuck!
And you see Elvena like slump over the man, and like her skin shrivels, but not that much. And he pushes her to the side into a flaming building.
Can I sneak and grab the doll and then fuck off?
You sure can.
Cool. Cause I don't want, that's fucking Inquisition shit, and I don't want anything to do with that, but I also want that fucking doll.
You can also see him reaching down for the doll.
Fuck! Damn it. God damn it, what do we do? Shit! Shit, fuck! I don't wanna fucking die. Can I try to do the same thing to him?
Yeah.
Cool.
We could roll composure and.
All right, we're at 2 hunger, but it's worth. It's worth.
All right. You hear just like vile insults and being slung in the back of your mind.
So much fire, and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing? Please don't fuck this." All right, I'm gonna go ahead and roll a willpower on that one. Worth. That is 1, 2, 3 that I can re-roll. All right. 5 successes.
You reach out to cast a hallucination on this person, and you see them like they twinge for a moment and hold something on their chest on a chain, and you can see them like glow a little bit as they stop and like shake their head and then look down the street and begin running down a T-bend.
So they didn't reach the doll.
No, they grabbed the doll.
Oh, fuck.
And sort of like shook off. Sorry, yeah. They reached down, grabbed the doll, then you hit them, and they sort of clutched themselves.
God damn it. Okay.
Prophet's gonna try and use his shadow arms
Okay.
to grab it from a distance.
Oh, as they're trying to run away?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Prophet will have to run
If he would have
up.
enough time.
Yeah. So give me... Prophet will definitely be able to run faster than this person, but give me a... Are you going to have it do stealthily or just, like, run up and try to grab it?
Specifically using the arms, I think, but I don't think he will be trying to be stealthy. Evelyn's trying to be hidden.
All right. As Evelyn, what you see is Prophet begin to run up to this man, who is now cut down a corner, and hearing this like demon dog chasing after him, he pulls something out from under his coat, sort of like clutching the doll under his armpit. It almost looks like one of those puzzles, the like tube puzzle. I can't remember what they're called. And cracks it and chucks it behind him. And as it hits the ground, a blaring light that even at this distance sort of blinds you a little bit goes off. And I'm going to need Prophet to give me a willpower check.
Come on, boy. You can do it. 4. 4 out of 4.
Evelyn, give me a willpower check. The difficulty's not as high since you're a distance away from it.
3 out of 4.
All right, you're able to like look, but it almost for a moment feels like the light of the sun is coming down the road.
I'm sure I like flinch and like try to cover my eyes. I'm like, oh goodness.
And you see just like the shadow of Prophet push through the light as he's able to make it through the strange contraption. Give me a strength and athletics to try to grab this using the arms of Aramon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That was not very good out of all those dice. 3.
Dang it.
All right. Yeah. Prophet attempts to grab this and gets yanked back, seeing Prophet's keen ability to observe their surroundings, sees several bolts coming out from the rooftops, and is going to dip into shadows and run away.
Yeah, that's fair. Damn it!
As that's how we handle any sort of aggression against the dog.
Yeah. Run away!
But you lose track of the man running through the streets.
Yeah.
And in your unseen passage sort of state, you see running on the rooftops a few other armed men running down like towards the man. I'm going to need you to give me another willpower save as a burst of flame comes out of a building next to you.
All right. That was 4 out of 4.
All right. You have the sense to pull yourself away from the fire, but things are getting... The riot seems to be building up quite a bit in this area. And you begin to hear blaring sirens? Question marks? They had those, like, those cranky
Little
ones.
Bells?
Yeah.
The the constables are here. They got the ones.
You have to make that sound again. I just didn't hear it.
Octavia, you are being led away from the flames by this kind individual. Imogen, you are in a red panic, which is what happens to kindred who fail their willpowers against fire. As you kind of lose track of what you're doing, you hear the screams of this person muffled and stop. As when you finally come to, you are a few blocks away from the riot, sort of like clenched, like hunched over, shaking a bit, looking at the streets. And you can hear the people behind you. Somehow your beast has gotten you out of this situation. And Evelyn, you slink off into the shadows, knowing that an Inquisitor got Marguerite. And that's where we're going to end this scene of pure chaos and riot in the street.
Marguerite gives me sass. I swear to fucking God. Like, bitch, you didn't tell us a goddamn thing. Maybe you told us that you were looking for this doll. This wouldn't have been a fucking problem.
We're going to cut to 1 month later.
Whoa.
Evelyn, you have surely had your crew out there hunting for the doll. They've come up empty-handed so far, but a few of them have also stayed clear of it because they, hearing the story that you've told them, know that it is probably unsafe to do so. Octavia, your time has been occupied however it is that you would like, but you are aware now that whatever spirits were in the carnival had been unleashed into the city, and that the premonition that you had gotten was a buffeted wave of all of their different lives being shunted through you. And Imogen, you have tried to piece together what had happened that night. A large chunk of time missing as the sire within your mind protected you from any harm. Marguerite hasn't shown up in a month. And because of that, new cases haven't been arriving because people don't generally show up at night unless they're informed by Marguerite to do so. So the IOU has remained closed as the three of you seclude yourself in its basement. The fog has dissipated and has made way to snow, as light dustings of snow have started to drop upon the city. People have started to wear coats. Things have gotten a lot more muddy. And nights are a little bit brighter as the moon reflects off of the white snow and powder throughout the city. So I'm going to ask, of the three of you, who would like to have a downtime scene first?
I don't know.
No, but
Oh my
Roll
God.
for
He
it.
wants to go first.
Roll for it. I'll go first. I don't mind.
I mean, I'll roll a d6 and have it.
I would like to work on my occult ghost gadget.
All right. So, knowing that the city is now littered with new souls out of time from various places, word has sort of spread that winter has brought new haunts. People are bringing up new tales of cowboys and various people around town that they've never met before. Only at night, some people are being haunted and whatnot. And you've continued to work on your contraption that you had invented during the first case that we have done on stream. Where would we find Octavia working on such a device?
Before she leaves the IOU, she just turns to Prophet and gives him a scritch behind the ear and says, "What do you think, old boy? Time to find some peace for these souls." And she'll head off to the chantry of the Tremere, seeking guidance because she's used this item before. It was like an old... I still don't know how to describe it.
Bellows?
Yes.
Yeah.
But it didn't do what she had wanted in that moment. In fact, it was quite a kerfuffle. So she definitely needs some help. So hopefully she finds somebody at the chantry.
Yeah. I would say at this point in your room of the Haven, you have just like a ton of different prototypes that you've been working on. And you're taking the most like promising one to the chantry. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to make you remember how to get into the chantry. You twist the placard the right direction. The wall opens, and you hear one of the gargoyles. "Please wipe your feet before entering."
Of course, Elizabeth. You know I always do.
I hate snow.
Oh, Brian, it's simply my favorite.
If it were anybody else, I would push you down these stairs.
Well, Peter, we've gotten off on the wrong foot.
And you hear them just like grunt as they push the stone door back in place. And you make your way down into the chantry.
Always a gentle person. Be a dear and hang these, and I take off my lace gloves and hang these by a warm area for me.
Of course. They just put it in like the closet near the entrance.
Yeah, whatever. I was gonna say by the fire, and I was like, we wouldn't have
No
a fire in here.
Not a single fire. Also, thanks for the raid, something 5e. Hello.
Hello.
We're having just a chill stream today, as for all heck went loose.
Was not chill.
It's gonna be chill now, guys.
Was
It's winter.
very not chill.
I don't know.
Winter now. Making your way into the chantry, you hear music playing. It's very chill. It's chill music. I had a chantry song, and now I don't. I'm just gonna play Theme of Octavia. F it.
Yay!
You can hear like a few people working on their own research and sort of like, this. A lot of these people are just want to be left the fuck alone. But as you enter, you hear a familiar voice as Rita approaches you and says, "Oh, Octavia, it is so good to see you."
Oh, hello. Very nice to be in your presence.
Please. And you feel like her elbow sort of hit you in the side to hold on to.
And I immediately lean in as I let her lead me. It's quite actually serendipitous that I ran into you. I'm having some troubles with one of my contraptions. Perhaps you may be able to take a look.
Oh, this is the ghost trapper that you have been trying to invent for a while now?
Yes, Imogen insists on calling it a ghostbuster. I don't know why.
That makes no sense to me. Why would you be busting them? You are clearly putting them in a container.
I guess busting makes me feel good.
It's true.
Oh my god. Bustin'.
Who you gonna call?
Octavia!
Oh my goodness.
And she will lead you sort of just like to a lounge area with a table, and she says, "Show me what you have created so far."
Yes, I've tried quite a few, but the one I've most recently been working on as a prototype is this. And she pulls out very similar in structure, but all entirely new material. She's crafted this one with coppers, different types of metals, and there are crystals etched inside of it now on the edges. I'm hoping that these may be able to help retain some of the spirit's power, but they don't the contraption can't retain them. They escape minutes later, if not seconds.
Yes, you need some sort of phylactery to store the spirits. You have it is far complex beyond my understanding, but it seems that you have a method of drawing in but not storing.
Yes, exactly.
All right. I have a correspondence that may be able to help you in this situation, but it's not exactly how you say kosher for the Enchantry to have dealings with such a creature.
What sort of creature are we speaking about? And then she lowers her voice and says, the gargoyles.
And no, not the gargoyles.
She winks to nobody.
Tell you what, because we do not know who is listening, I will tell you of a shop. You must maybe bring a friend to your first trip there. A friend of mine is a proprietor of artifacts and mostly ancient clocks and whatnot, but it is a bit of a front. You may be able to find what you're looking for there. Tell them that Rita sent you. But again...
What is the name of this clock shop?
It is one moment.
Or the name of the person that I should be speaking to.
You are looking for a Constance.
Constance.
Ambergris.
Well, thank you very much for this information. Before I leave, perhaps you may have another stash of those lovely little ants. I happen to use up all of mine.
Did you crush them all again doing one ritual?
That was the first time.
Yes.
It's winter now. They're harder to come by.
I will get some. You wait here.
Thank you.
I will be right back. And she's going to go and grab you a small glass vial of just a collection of ants, and as well as tell you the address of the antiquities shop that you are to go to.
And why must I bring a friend? Are you sending me to someone nefarious?
No, it's listen, I like you, we are friends, but if you were to make the wrong impression with this individual, things may end poorly. So perhaps a friend to buffer the interaction
Of course.
may assist.
Is this person kindred? No.
You hear silence and then says, "Oh, sorry, I just winked." Not exactly.
All right. Thank you. Anything else I should know before I head off?
Yes. I have been receiving... Well, the Chantry has been receiving letters from... you know who.
Evelyn will be very interested in these.
No, not the your...
Oh!
You know who.
Mm-hmm.
It seems that her ventures into ancient ruins has not been fruitful, and she is quite upset.
Well, perhaps they would be more fruitful if she took the stick out of her ass.
Perhaps. But I will not be the one to say that. It seems that somebody has let it slip that you have acquired an artifact on your own, and she's quite upset about that.
Well, it wouldn't have been on my own if she bothered to stop by once in a while.
I do not shoot the messenger.
Yes. Apologies. Gets away from me. She just aggravates me so.
I know that she is your sire, and tensions are high, but you must remember who your allies are.
Yes. And she has, although been troublesome, has always been a friend.
Yes, let's call it that. Regardless, you should probably make your way. I know Constance does not keep our time, so to speak.
And she just nods, and will like lean in for a kiss on either cheek.
Yeah.
And head out to the main entrance.
You feel just as you make your way to the main entrance, you feel just like all of your coat and gloves and stuff shoved into your chest.
Oh, Milana, thank you so much. Always prepared.
Of course.
Any of them stick this time?
No.
We'll get there. And she walks back off to the IOU to pick up a friend.
All right. As you return, this is going to be like a different night than everybody else doing their stuff. So both Evelyn and Imogen would be at the IOU sort of just vibing. So Octavia, you can pitch your idea.
Hello, everyone. I'm back.
I feel like Evelyn's trying to file away, like, paperwork. It's just piled up and isn't going anywhere because Marguerite's not there. And she's just, like, super frustrated and very confused as to where any of this goes and is, like, don't understand her thought process and how she organizes this. This is absolutely absurd. Where is she?
You find
Just
one of
putting
those like
things away frustratingly. Hello, Octavia. What have you been up to this evening?
Well, I was going to ask you if you needed a bit of a break. You seem a little stressed. And I do have something that may be a bit fun for us to do.
Oh.
Well, I've been given a new contact. A person named Constance works in a clock shop. And they may be able to help me with my Ghostbuster.
Imogen,
I'm sticking with that.
You
That
hear
is-
Octavia call it the Ghostbuster Imogen.
Yeah, and I smile. And I do a little giggle to myself.
Oh, Imogen, I didn't realize you were here. Would you like to come too?
Sure.
If
I think
you're up
Imogen's
to it.
been, yeah, I think Imogen's been rather quiet and withdrawn since the chaotic evening that was.
Yes.
But yes, she will come.
And you, Evelyn? Some time away from the bookkeeping?
Oh, why not? Sounds lovely.
All right, the whole gang is
She
going.
kind of just like tosses something behind, like one of the papers behind her. Is just like, get me the fuck out of here.
Just a leather-bound accordion folder flops on the ground, and a bunch of crumpled letters that are poems fall out onto the ground.
She didn't even bother to file them. My
They're filed. It
goodness.
just says Imogen on
it's
the front of the folder.
It's just crumpled though. She's just like, fuck this shit.
Oh no, I imagine Imogen just writes poems and then haphazardly tucks them into pockets.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah. Fair enough.
So the lot of you, the whole gang is going out. There's more people out on the street than usual because the snow creates this romantic vibe, and the light kind of makes people feel a little bit more safe. So you see like
Disgusting.
couples arm in arm together walking around, and horse-drawn carriages sort of trotting by. The snow sort of like glows from the gas lamps around the street. As you head towards the antiquity shop, it's sort of nestled in a grouping of buildings. There seems to be like offices and whatnot, and it's like one of those stairs down into the lower region, and then there's a door. And as you open it, you hear like the ding 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 ding. And walking in is just like walking into a wall, just incense and dust as you walk through. It's almost overwhelming, Octavia, the sensory overload of just various old things and burning incense. Evelyn and Imogen, you see this what is ostensibly like a basement warehouse that has been divvied out into just haphazard old like paintings and figurines. You hear like the rapid ticking of like multiple clocks off in the distance. The ceiling is just like a wave of smoke that is sort of like picking up off of different incense sticks around the room. And I'm going to need each of you to give me a wits and awareness.
All right.
Because this is months later, are we at 1 hunger? Or
Yes, I would imagine by this point you're sort of maintaining. And your resonance would be... Let's roll for it in the chart of resonance. Since you're the only one that actually like feeds on humans.
D10? Or, sorry, should I just roll a D10? Or what do you need me to roll for that?
I'll roll for it, don't worry.
Or you'll roll for it. Okay, cool.
I'm a willpower this
All
roll
right.
here.
You get phlegmatic, which is lazy, apathetic, calm, controlling.
Oh my.
All right, well, my
Wow,
was
still
a
sucks.
3.
2.
Could you send that to me in the chat so I could type it? 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't know how to... I missed that because I was rolling.
It's going to be a gross formatting, I'm sorry.
Okay.
All right, so what did everyone get on their wits and awareness?
2.
Imogen?
Ew.
A 3.
And 3 from Evelyn. Yeah, just like fucking dust and incense. But Evelyn, you pick up almost like a musk in the air, as if that's the thing that everything else is trying to cover up. And as you sort of like walk more into the shop, a very tall, thin, almost like gaunt-looking woman approaches the back of the desk. She clearly looks healthy, if not a bit older. Her hair is straight black with shots of gray and white, and it goes to about her shoulder. She's like covered. She's got like a nice dress with like gold jewelry and stuff, but is covered with like gloves and like high neck collared attire. She has like thick makeup on her face, but you see a very prominent 4-lined scar going from the bottom of her chin down into her collar. And this is Constance Emigre from our Indiegogo. I've been waiting to use this.
Yay!
I should probably mention who made them.
Yes.
Give me a moment. I will. One moment. It was Joseph Floyd. Did it. I'm so.
Thank you so much, Joseph.
Thank you so much.
I'm so effing good at
I'm
organizing.
excited for them to help me with my Ghostbuster.
And you see, or you hear rather, hello. You are new faces to the shop. How may I help you? And you can see her just like light up a cigar as you approach.
Hello.
I kind of just gesture to Octavia. Like, I believe my friend Octavia has some business with you.
Yes, Rita sent me. She
Ugh.
believed she believed that you may be able to help me. Do you perhaps have a more private space that we may discuss things in?
First I would like to know who I am having business with before inviting them into my private quarters. And you just like feel a waft of cigar smoke over your face.
Of course. We are the investigators of the occult and unusual, Octavia Smith. And then I gesture to my right.
Evelyn Stormloft.
Imogen White.
Yes, I have of course heard of you. You are the ghost hunters from central London, correct?
Yes, that's right.
And before I bring you to the back, can you give me a quick rundown of what it is that you are looking for?
Can I try and scry the soul?
Sure. Go
One
for it.
rouse.
Give it a rouse.
7.
Noise. Give me that int and aspects versus composure and subterfuge.
What does Scry the Soul do for someone who does not have that power? And for people who don't play vampire?
It will, depending on how much you beat them by, you can ask basically like read mind, basically, but you're asking general
so
questions.
It's like, are you being suspicious?
Yeah. You can also tell if they're supernatural.
I got 2.
Cool. Oh.
I know. I'm sad.
I got 1.
Hey, so I get 1 question.
So I will give you for free that this is a supernatural creature, and you can ask 1 additional question.
Do I get a sense that they would want to? I can't think of a better word than hoodwink. Do they seem trustworthy?
Are they a shyster?
Roll over your
Yeah.
eyes.
No, you get the sense that they are very straightforward.
Okay.
That any business that they do, they take pride in doing it legit.
Then I'll take out my. I'm sure I brought like a larger bag to carry this contraption, and I'll take it out and say, "Well, I've been trying to create a means of storing spirits that may have lost their way. This is what I've come up with so far, but I'm at a bit of a snag."
Allow me. And you kind of like feel their hand pull it.
Yeah.
Imogen and Evelyn, you see them kind of like take out one of those jeweler's lenses.
Oh, yeah.
Are you guys doing anything?
Pure?
Are you doing anything, by the way, while you're sort of hanging out here?
I'll look around, see what I
Yeah.
see in here. It's an
Okay, cool.
antique shop, so I'm like, maybe there's some weird shit in here.
Cool. Each
Buy
of you,
something cool.
each of you can give me an intelligence and
Ugh.
choose one of the skills on the right side based on like kind of what you're looking for: academics, awareness, finance, investigation, medicine, occult, politics, science, technology, etc.
Well, I have very few options here because my perks are not. I don't have a lot in these, so I think.
I'll also say that you can't bestial fail on this one because you're basically just perusing.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and do occult just to see if there's any weird shit.
2 successes, and I was doing intelligence and awareness.
Nice.
3 successes out of 3.
3 successes.
Couldn't have gotten any better.
And what did you roll?
literally...
Which one did you pick?
I did occult.
All right. Evelyn, you're sort of like getting into the thick of it, and you can actually hear the conversation that Octavia and Constance are having kind of get muffled. Almost that like, I don't know if you've like in a indie bookstore, that like comfort of just like hearing other people talk, but it's like just
Muffled tones between bookshelves and other things.
God, I miss it.
Yeah.
And you legit just find an old spirit board.
Oh God.
It is like, it's a little bit dusty, and there's just like cobwebs hanging off of it. But it looks like a legit, pretty nicely crafted spirit board.
Grab it, because I think Octavia would probably appreciate it.
Imogen, you're sort of like in your own head right now and a bit distracted, and you're kind of like like touching things and sort of like flicking through them. You notice actually out the window, there's sort of like that metal fencing railings along the edge of the stairs, and you see 2 crows land on the railing and just sort of like looking at you. You can tell that they're looking because they're not doing that thing where crows like their head moves around. Their beaks are like pointed directly at you and are sort of following you as you walk through this door. Octavia. Constance takes a moment, and you can tell like this is a bit out of Constance's league. She's like, the machinery on this is quite intricate. This is impressive for anybody. Come to the back. I think I know what might work in this situation. and sort of like grabs your arm and like not forcefully, but you can feel like a grip on your arm as she begins to lead you to the back.
Oh, thank you.
As you hear the like jingle of the beads as she walks through. You immediately upon entering this back room, your nostrils begin to sear and burn, and it's as if your entire sinuses are on fire, and you smell the familiar scent of garlic in the air.
Ooh. Have you been cooking?
Excuse me? No. This is my place of business.
Oh. I always like to bake in mine, so I was just curious.
No, not at all. And she like leads you to a seat and like pushes you down, but you can feel like that burning in the back of your eyes as your sinuses are just like singed. And she says, "All right, you are a friend of Rita's. What you have here is clearly very complicated and something of a professional. I have a gem that may work." And you can like, as you're hearing, you're like kind of distracted. Mm-hmm. And any social roles that you do in this scene are going to be -2 dice until you handle it.
Okay.
But there is you are of the Tremere, correct?
Yes, I am.
My antiquities shop is a bit of a it's a professional business, but I make the dealings with people like yourself. I believe that I have what you are looking for, but you must first make me a promise, a deal for a future time.
Well, I do believe that myself and the other investigators will be able to assist you in some way.
Yes. I would like to be the first line of research for any artifacts that you may acquire in the future.
I don't see why that couldn't be arranged. Would I know if Vanessa, my sire, would be mad about that?
For sure. And this is you're starting to understand that this is the reason that Rita did not bring this up in a louder space.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I do have, of course. Have you heard of Vanessa?
I do not know this one.
Well, she is quite knowledgeable about the arcane, the occult, and artifacts herself. I do normally bring my artifacts to her, but she has been out of town.
This is perfect then. You bring them to me. We will have discussion of business after that, but anything that you may find, bring to me so that I may assess them. But I will give you this gem if you agree upon this.
Well, twist my arm, why don't you? And she gives a soft smile.
Are you being truthful?
I didn't say anything.
Give me a... Let's go manipulation and persuasion.
Okay.
-2 because the garlic is in the air.
Makes you a bad liar.
Can I use presence awe?
Sure. You can also technically arouse the blood if you would like.
I'll just keep my awe on
The
to
-2
to
entirely.
negate the -2.
Yeah.
But I'm not very good at this, so I'm only rolling 3 dice. I'm gonna try. Let's see. That's 1 success.
Oh boy.
Well, if this is not something that you are serious about, and you sort of like hear your device be pushed towards you, then perhaps Rita has sent you to the wrong place.
No. I do believe in your talents, and I think we can make quite a partnership here.
Excellent. I have many friends, Miss Octavia, and I make friends easily. But I also make enemies as easily. Do you know why I am telling you this?
Enlighten me.
People who make deals with me and are honest and will follow up on any future dealings that we may have are my friends. And you will find that I treat my friends very well. But people who make deals and then a week, a month, a year, that deal comes to fruition, they do not pay up their end of the bargain. Those people become enemies, Miss Octavia.
Well, I don't plan on making any enemies.
Well, I started today hoping I would make a friend.
This is so refreshing. Have you met the Lees by chance?
Oh,
I do not know them.
Not very well connected, I see. But no matter at all. As we are indeed becoming friends, I'm sure you will gain much knowledge
Yes.
of all of these people. But please, back to my device.
Yes, of course. Excuse me. And you hear a door open and close as she exits the room. Evelyn and Imogen, are you guys doing anything while this is happening?
I waved at the crows.
For a moment, you believe that you see one of the wings of one of the crows lift and then lowers as the other one gives a quick, jolt, and they stop.
Do I see her waving out the window?
You're deep in the basement.
Oh, okay. I'm not there at all. Okay. Cool. I was gonna be like, what the fuck are you doing? Never mind.
Give me an intelligence and occult, Imogen.
Okay.
Oh boy.
I love Emily's
I'm
response
rolling.
whenever I do that.
Two dice, baby. Owls. No successes.
It's just
Yep.
kind of weird. Just two crows sort of sitting, staring at you.
Okay.
Evelyn, what are you
Hey,
up
Evelyn, come and look at this.
to? You hear that?
Do I hear that? Oh,
It's a little muffled,
Evelyn?
but yeah.
do you need something? I found this very well crafted spirit board. I feel like that could come in handy on some of our investigations. What is wrong?
I just
You seem
gesture towards the crows.
You just fully see two crows sitting out, perched on a iron railing, staring into
See,
the
watch
window.
this, and I wave at one again.
You can see one of them looks. The first one looks at the second one, and then looks back at you and doesn't wave. But you can tell that it reacted to you waving.
Well, that's not very nice. He waved at me last time.
It waved at you.
It waved back. Yes. Watch, and I step side to side to see if their heads follow me.
Sure enough, they are following Evelyn as she steps back and forth.
You mean
Imogen.
Imogen, sorry. Evelyn, Imogen is causing them to look back and forth.
Yeah. All right. Am I able to discern any information from that, or is it just a bunch of fucking weird crows looking at her?
You could give me a intelligence and occult as well.
Okay. Actually, I'm gonna rouse the blood.
God.
Oh my god.
We passed.
Good job.
How many dice do I get for that again?
2.
2.
Right now,
Amazing.
you can always make it more if you start doing the forbidden suck.
Oh, whoa, what?
If you eat another vampire.
Oh, what's...
Diablerie.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. I have 5 dice and they're all successes. Why am I counting 4? I'm like, I know how to count. It was in the corner and it's a black dice tray and it blended
Nice.
with my black dice. So yeah, 5 successes.
Your So two things that you know.
Yes.
A, the common one, crows are ill omens of death and,
Fun times.
decay and whatnot. You're old enough to know that much in the way that, like, werewolves exist, there are other animals that people can turn into.
I'd watch myself around them, Imogen. There are other beings in this world that can change. And you never know who might be watching.
Are you saying that those are people out there?
Well, I don't know. But they could be. You must not trust anyone. That's how
Okay.
I do my business, and that is why I'm still alive. Or not alive. You know what I mean.
But I can trust you, right? And Octavia.
Well, of course, we are a coterie. We're a family.
Right. Well, okay, I'm gonna keep on looking around now, and I go look around.
Octavia.
Is there like a curtain I can pull to like be like, you're not gonna watch us in here anymore?
Yeah, there's like curtains. So you like pull the curtains.
I look at them and I just like close it slowly.
A bit of dust comes off a little bit.
Like you're not gonna spy on us.
And Octavia, after a moment, Constance comes back and sort of like takes your hand and puts a palm-sized gem in it and like folds up your hand and says, I do not claim to know how this device works, but what you have described, this gem will act as a temporary, mind you,
Vessel?
Vessel for the spirits that you are trying to capture.
Excellent.
And
Is it safe for both the gem and for the spirit?
I do not claim to know how such things work, but with my friends, we have discovered how it is supposed to work. I would say that it is up to you and how the spirits get into the gem that will be important.
I see. Thank you. And I'll just feel the gem in my hands and see if anything like jumps out at me.
Give me a... Do you want to use an ability for it?
Sure. Let's use premonition.
All right.
Let's see if I can get any visions.
Give me a resolve and a specs. Also give me a rouse.
Damn it, I forgot. Yes.
If you're using it, I'll make you rouse. But
9! I'm on a roll with my rouses.
Nice.
No getting hungry for me.
No mean sire, rather.
4 successes.
You sort of like palm the gem, and you feel your mind like pull back into a premonition, and almost like feel this like collective residue inside of the gem of spirits, but spirits that had once been in there. You don't get any like clear images of them, but you feel that this has been the container for a plethora of spirits.
Okay. Yes. This has been used successfully for many, many times. This will help me greatly. I appreciate it.
As I said, I do not do this for free, but I hope that it provides what it is that you are looking for.
Well, I have you. With the start of our business relationship, and I'll reach around my neck and take out my small handcrafted braille spirit board. Say, would you like to take a look at this?
Certainly. And is it like on the chain still?
Yeah, but I'll take it
Okay.
off.
and they take it from you. This is quite impressive craftsmanship. The detail is impressive for someone who cannot see. Your sense of touch must be very impressive. Your persistence to follow the craft is most admirable.
Thank you. I'll be sure to bring by any future artifacts that I find. And I'll put my hand out to get my spirit board back.
And she puts it back in. Would you like me to bring you back to the entrance?
Yes, please.
And sort of like grabs your arm again and pulls you out. The two of you see Octavia being led by Constance back to the entrance. And she sort of politely implies that this encounter is over.
Cool. I want
just
to
a
buy the
moment,
spirit
though.
board, though.
I have a question also.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry.
For my new friend.
I was just wondering if maybe you could let us know if any antique dolls come your way.
I have
or if you have any currently also.
I have a large collection of antique dolls. And kind of like you see Constance look at Octavia and then look back at you, Imogen, and says, probably not the kinds that you are looking for. And you wanted to buy the spirit board?
What does that mean?
Yes.
What does that mean?
Implying that it's
Probably
like just an old doll.
Just a doll, not
Yeah.
carrying any souls.
Perhaps we should describe the doll that we are particularly looking for, though.
You see her like ringing Evelyn up at this point and be like,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And I describe it. I can't remember what it looks like though right
Has
now.
like-
Use Emily.
Old, cracked,
Right.
kind of blonde.
Yeah, it was like dirty blonde hair.
I will keep an eye out. I have many friends who procure my antiquities. I will have them keep an eye out for you.
Wonderful.
Thank you. That would be very helpful. Thank you.
We'll let you know last time we saw it, it was in the hands of some very dangerous men, so do be careful.
I will keep this in mind. All right. Do you have your purchase? Be gone. Less
Thank
polite this time.
All right.
Good evening.
Thank you again.
And you head out into the night. We're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to do some more downtime for the other two.
Woohoo!
Burb.
Burp.
Squalwyn Botanicals is an indigenous skincare brand that honors cultural plant knowledge, indigenous science, and self-care rituals. Founded by ethnobotanist Lee Joseph of Squamish First Nation, Squalwyn incorporates sustainably harvested botanicals, organic oils, nourishing plant-derived butters, and steam-distilled essential oils, offering skincare experiences grounded in the natural world. Choose from best-selling products like their Calque Face Oil, a blend of organic rose hips and sweet almond and jojoba oils that hydrates deeply for super soft skin. Their refreshing Calque Rose Toner, a gentle alcohol-free formula with rose and chamomile hydrosols, and the Tue No Cranberry Rose Serum, a luxury antioxidant made with berry seed oils that can reduce redness and the appearance of fine lines. Shop all products at squalwyn.com and check them out on Instagram at Squalwyn Botanicals. That's SKWALWEN.com.
And we're back. So, you know, everyone's sort of chilling. It's been a month of downtime. And we have collectively agreed to zoom in on Imogen.
Hello.
It's been a rough month. Marguerite is not present. You really don't have a memory of what had happened at the carnival, but you know sort of who all died there. And it's really the first time that the beast has completely taken over. And while it is your aunt, it's still discombobulating that there is some force within you that will push you to survive against all odds. So where are you headed?
I Well, I think that ever since that night, Imogen has been papering the city with have you seen this doll posters.
Just like, there's no copy method in this time, so
No.
you've been hand
They're all
drawing these?
hand drawing it, yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I got craft.
Yeah.
I got
100%.
I got one dot in craft. I'm good. It's
One of my
fine.
gang members is just gonna walk by one of these things and be like, I swear to God, if they find it before we do, Evelyn's gonna kill us.
There's just like a cavalcade of like professional spies on this,
Yeah.
but
It's
the Imogen
what
is
the
like,
hell's this
have you
fucking
seen this doll?
This doll.
I've definitely also like gone in and like asked businesses around.
Mm-hmm.
Also asking, I think, about Marguerite because we haven't seen her and we don't really know where she goes.
It's weird because you always have your like go-to places, but you notice now that like a lot more than you would remember is closed at night. A lot of shops are closed. A lot of like cafes and diners and stuff aren't open. A lot of the people that you talk to are like at bars after work, or like couples walking by, or like people pulling late shifts. You like interrupt them in the middle of their business. But you do indeed spread the word. Just give me a quick charisma and persuasion. How and you can add your how adorable you are as your bonus.
My like friendly face.
Yeah.
Thing. Can I also add my leadership specialty or nah? That's stretching it.
I'll give it to you because you're trying to do that like neighborhood thing where like as a community you work together for a common goal. It's something
Rolling a lot.
we don't really cover that a lot. Like you guys are in a bureau. People around the bureau who are night owls do know you.
I only rolled 3, so I'm gonna use a willpower.
Nice. You're relying heavily on your aunt now.
What? 1, 2, 3. 6 successes.
All right. So what first started as almost like I don't want to say childish obsession, but almost like a naive attempt to, because you don't know what the Inquisitors are. You don't know that like these very dangerous men got this doll. You're just looking for your friend's soul. So it starts out as like you put up signs and like people will come by and rip them down, or like a few common people will be like, "Oh, I'll look out for this. Is there a reward?" Slowly turns into this like community-driven search of like, you know, that like the butcher closes up shop and then spends a few hours walking the streets looking for it. A couple friends start to get together and start running like those like searches where you're walking in a line out in the park trying to find people. Like it's become not desperate in the fact that they know they're looking for a missing person, but it's like a hobby almost now that the community is looking for this doll.
Geocaching.
And you kind of, you know that like you're the one driving this now, this like community watch of this doll. But again, a month has gone by and no word of the doll has happened. But people will like tip their hat at you now when they walk by you on the street.
Good. I think I'm spending a lot of my time at the church as well.
All right. So-
Yeah, just with all of the realizations of not having a soul.
Just trying to
Can
find
I go
one.
into a church? Like,
Yeah, I think the first time that you go to a church since discovering this, you sort of like do that thing where you stand on the steps for a while and you're like a little nervous, kind of like staring at that fire of like,
Am I about to burst into flames?
can I do this? And you stand in front of St. Mary Moorfields, which is a real church. It has a white exterior with triangular roof and a depiction of a cross on its face. It sort of looks like a courthouse and is a lot less opulent than most of the other churches in the city. At this point, the steps leading up to the door are covered with a light dusting of snow, and you see a couple of footprints. Not super fresh, but definitely used recently. And yeah, after a while, you just like take that step to make sure. And as you step on that first step, nothing happens, and you just keep going up. And you haven't burst into flames yet. And inside, there are two groups of pews with a center aisle leading down to an altar at the back. There is one confessional booth and an altar, and an organ that the Wikipedia article is extremely proud of.
All right.
Like the organ.
It's
No
OOC
one.
looking up this church. There is a small paragraph about the church's history, and then full on like 2 passages of this fucking organ.
And like who played it as well.
Yep.
Like
What it played, how it did. It was great. Anyways, you currently see 2 people inside. At the very front, what appears to be an older woman sitting alone. And sort of on the right middle area is a younger gentleman. Both of them just sort of like head bowed a bit, doing their nightly prayers. You know that it's not very crowded at this time of night, and since you haven't been able to come during the day, you're not too sure how populated it is in general. But you do know that the church at this point is occupied by a priest and sometimes a nun, depending on the day. And you currently don't see them, though.
I will first look to see if there's like a notice board to maybe see if there is an evening service that I could attend at some point.
Sure. You kind of like, you find like the message board, and there's sort of an acknowledgement of how the winter months sort of bring darkness into people's hearts. Currently, they are understaffed, but they are hoping to provide that sort of support to the community once the snow really starts to fall.
Yeah. It's also getting to be Christmas time, so there'll be a midnight mass
For sure.
for Christmas.
I feel like you came around the time where maybe you were a little bit too fresh to come out, so this would probably be your first Christmas mass if you can make it.
Yeah. I'll make a mental note to definitely go to that.
Mm-hmm. But, yeah, there's plenty of space if you wish to sit down.
Yeah, I think I'll probably take a seat in a far back pew away from like all the candles and such.
Yeah.
Just have a seat and sit with my thoughts and prayers for some time.
Perfect. I will at this point let people know that I do not know a whole lot about Catholicism. So I'm going to try my best. But
This is our Catholicism.
yeah, I'm going to avoid a lot, and it's sort of just going to be generalization. And I apologize if I get anything super wrong. But yeah, you sort of
I did 12 years of Catholic school. I got you.
sick. You tell me what you're praying for.
I'll probably like straight out pull out a rosary and start going.
Cool.
Because that's a lot of prayers on all those beads.
And you start.
It's been a very long time since I've done a rosary, though. Hold on, let me Google.
But yeah, you go ahead and you do that, and you hear like sort of like the soft murmur of the other 2 people in the church, and you hear just like the light rustle of the curtains to the confessional booth open, and a booted individual walks out of the church. And as you're sort of in the middle of your prayer, you feel just like somebody sit next to you.
I will look up and see who it is.
It is Father Paul, the night priest, who you have had some dealings with. And he kind of just sits there quietly and waits for you to be done.
Yeah, I'll finish up the millions of Hail Marys. And I'll just say hello. How are you this evening?
I am well. It has been some time since you have come here.
Well, I've been a bit busy. My friend is missing something, and I had a chance to get it back for her, but I didn't know. So then I went back to try to get it for her, and then I didn't. So I've been trying to look for it still.
And I am glad that you have come back to the church, possibly as guidance to help you in these trying times. My apologies. Would you prefer to do this in the confessional booth, or is here fine?
But it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. I just thought I should come and say hello to God and all of that.
Of course. I have a question for Emily. How much
Yeah.
does Father Paul know?
I think that a young woman who only ever comes in at night into a church with an Irish accent in England in the late 1800s is rather suspect.
Listen, we're not here to judge. That's God's job.
Not even like taking like vampire into it is a weird
Yeah,
thing
I
to
feel
see,
like
I would say.
I feel like young woman entering a church at night is like the place that he starts to be a bit concerned.
Yeah.
And he's sort of like full on just starts dabbing his forehead a little bit. Is this something that you want to be expressed clearly to me, my dear? Or would you prefer vagaries? We are at a murmur, I imagine. Catherine and John will not hear us.
Well, I was recently told that well, how much does he know already?
Take your time, my dear.
This is Emily trying to figure out how much he knows.
I feel okay. I'll give you this. I feel like you are a devout Irish Catholic, and he really wants to be there for you, but also would just love to be a little in the dark. Like he knows that something's up, but he wants to help you as much as he doesn't need to know the bad stuff. Because there's a point where he doesn't know what to do.
Yes. Well, I think I'll take out a flyer and I'll say, you could actually help me if maybe you could put this up on the notice board. This is what we're looking for my friend. It's very, very important to her.
Your friend is missing their doll. I imagine this must be very important to them.
It's incredibly important.
Of course, I will.
Eternal damnation important, actually.
I'll have Father Michael bring it up in the morning with the early mass. I know you can't attend those, and sort of continues to like dab forehead and like, oh boy, we're going there.
Well, the lights are just so pretty in the evening.
Of course. But how are you, my dear?
Well,
My child? Sorry, I
So-
think they say my child, not my dear.
Yes, actually. Well, Kate, so you know how I just said that doll was important to my friend in the terms of eternal damnation. So she's missing her doll. But I recently found out that I might not have a doll to begin with, if that makes sense.
Just like more sweat. Forgive me, I am but a humble servant to the Lord, but what I understand is that you have recently discovered that something very important to a lot of us is absent from your life.
And she nods silently, yeah.
Yes. When we find ourselves in such moments of loss, I hope that you included with us may find comfort in the Lord. You are always welcome here, no matter what it is that you think you are missing. And I will do my best to lead you, regardless of what it is you may believe that you are lacking. It is not for me to judge. And sort of just slumps down, feeling a bit like that's what I can give.
She'll nod. And then I think she'll say like, it seemed like quite the adventure at the beginning, but it's just very sad to know that the rest of my family might really be gone from me forever.
This is... I have found, my child, that the family that we are given, the family that we come into this world with, is the family that, well, and just sort of like looks around for a bit, most of us will hope to see in the end. It's not necessarily the family that we need. And if my understanding of the situation is anything to be held, you find yourself in a situation that a family that you are blessed with will last a while. Dab, dab, dab. Da-dab.
And she'll nod and just say, well, thank you. That does help.
I am glad. Excuse me. You have company. I will talk to you later, my child. And he stands up, and a figure sits next to you, taking up a bit of room. And you look over, and dressed in Sunday best is Melinda Lee.
Oh, God.
Oh, God damn it. Ah!
That bitch! Get out of here!
Hey, but
Fucking
actually,
hell.
how dare you come to church?
Hello, my
Right?
Imogen. It is so nice to see you here. I didn't know that you attended.
I didn't know that you attended. It's lovely to see you, Melinda.
Well, it's nice to remind certain figures that your presence is still here. How are you, my dear, since we last met? The party?
How
What a hard question. No.
Out of character question, how much has Imogen been filled in on the questionableness of the Lees, like from Evelyn and Octavia?
I feel like a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That's like a team effort. Like, holy
Yeah.
shit, they're super shady, and we cannot, like...
Well, it's been awfully busy. Awfully busy.
Of course. I haven't heard word of your exploits since Leon. You've been quiet recently.
Oh, you know Leon too, then?
Yes, we're old friends.
That's funny. He was saying something about someone, and I thought it might be you, but I didn't know for sure.
Leon? Has Leon been talking about us?
No,
Excellent.
just when we first met. Didn't say you exactly, but mentioned something about a beautiful woman, and I thought it might be you.
Oh, please.
Smooth.
4 charisma, baby!
yeah.
She sort of like bows her head a little bit. You can definitely tell that the performer in her is coming out. And now tell me, how is my old friend Evelyn? I so miss her.
Okay.
Well, maybe you should go see her then instead of me in a church. I don't think the church is really Evelyn's style.
She's gonna grab your right hand and just sort of like pat it a bit and be like, "Oh, I wanted to talk to you as well. I excuse my forwardness." And doesn't let your hand go.
Okay.
If you would not wish to talk about Evelyn, perhaps you would like to talk about Olive.
Well, I was fine to talk about Evelyn. I was just saying if you wanted to see her, maybe the sewers would be a better place to look.
I swear, Imogen, it's like you do not know me at all. Why would I?
We only met the once.
Why would I go to the sewers when I can enjoy the peace and tranquility of the Lord with you?
She shrugs. Like, that's fair. Like, all right.
Now,
You're not wrong. Like,
how is dear Evelyn then, if you wish to speak of her?
oh, she's doing fine to the best of my knowledge.
Excellent. Leon said something in that regard. Now, are you aware of how dear Evelyn left the party when she did?
You
know how girls talk.
No, I that was a rather exciting night for myself, so I wasn't very clued into all of the details of the others nights.
You feel your hand begin to like tighten a little bit. Imogen, my dear, I simply do not wish you to end up with the wrong swords. Your friend and mine, Evelyn, she has made slights against my wife. And though Olive might be of a demeanor to allow such things to happen and rise above, I am afraid my flaws do not allow me to do so, my dear.
Guess I don't really want to use any of my powers because
It's like, just be like, ma'am, we are in a church.
Ma'am, this is the Lord's
Do you
Wendy's.
really want to start this right now?
like we're in a church right now.
Like, are you trying to fight me?
No, I don't want to use my powers because I don't want her to eat me. But I'm sorry. I'm weighing pros and cons here.
Emperor Palpatine
options.
gif.
I have definitely hit the point where Imogen is a wild card that I can throw into his, or Melinda rather, is a wild card that I can throw into a scene.
I
I've just
don't want her to
created my
eat
own
me.
nemesis.
That's fair.
I don't
Listen,
want
that's
her to
all we
eat
ever
me.
want.
I'm debating whether or not to activate Unswayable Mind because I'm worried that she's gonna try to make me do something.
That's fair. As it stands, she's very persistent on asking you some Evelyn dirt.
Can I tell like if she is trying to do any fuckery yet other than just holding on my hand tightly?
Give me an int and insight. Wow, intelligence and insight.
You might want to rouse that blood, girl.
Yeah, but I'm getting to be hungry, guys. Oh no, I'm not. I'm fine. Yeah, I'll rouse the blood.
All right.
Just like intelligence.
All
Give me
right.
that Shane Easton.
Yeah, come on, Shane, give it to us.
Like this.
When you're hungry, you need to eat. There must be a place around here for you to grab a bite.
Love it.
No.
Melinda looks pretty tasty.
I mean, those two people sitting in the church, like you're in that moment with Melinda, and for a moment your eyes dart to the other two people as you hear the sigh, your beast in the back of your mind.
It's only 3 successes.
I think you can tell that you're being fucked with socially, but not
Oh, that's fine then.
disciplinedly. As she kind of squeezes you a little bit tighter. Now, I'm just trying to look out for you, Evelyn. Or Imogen. I'm just trying to look out for you, Imogen. I wouldn't want you to be influenced by such a diabolical sort. I simply want to know if any strange behavior has been happening from Evelyn's direction.
Not that I could tell. Mind you, I might not be the best one to ask because I'm not the most observant out of all of us.
Oh, you simply do not give yourself enough credit, my dear. You are far more capable than you give yourself credit. And sort of like squeezes your hand a little bit more. Now, I feel satisfied. Let us talk about Olive. As I said before, my wife is a calm, loving spirit who will put up with quite a bit. But I can't help but notice that you haven't offered to perform in the theater. You have accepted our gracious offer of any viewing you wish, but my wife put in so much effort on that song that you so beautifully played. Yet, why do you not want to give the world the pleasure of hearing you perform?
Well, the first time I played it, it didn't go so well, and I would hate to disappoint her again.
But
And then I have a smile.
You feel her hand loosen up a little bit, But we were all there for the second performance. Is that, does that not interest you?
Well, of course it does, but I thought maybe I'd practice the more proper style to please your wife more than the more of my style. She
So
didn't seem too pleased with that.
You've been practicing then?
Well, of course. What else would I be doing with my time?
Have you been practicing?
No.
Then give me a
I mean, like I've been playing the fiddle. Like I've been playing.
Give me a
So
manipulate
half-lie.
and persuasion.
I would like to rouse the blood for this.
Yeah.
I succeeded.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was bound to succeed at some point because this is not good. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 successes.
The grip doesn't change, but she doesn't seem to push it any further. Excellent. Kind of like regaining her composure. Then, perhaps closer to the holidays then.
I'll have to take a look at my calendar.
Incredible. Well then, my dear, I believe I've gotten just about as much as of his grace that I can possibly stomach for one evening. You do have yourself a good night. And sort of like squeezes just enough that you can tell that at any moment she could have broken your hand, and lets go and sort of like stands up and walks away. And just leaves you in the church to finish your night. Evelyn,
What's up?
what do you want to do?
I think I want to take a peek with my gang and see if they've got any deets on the harpy, the Lees, because they seem the topic of the night. You know, just general stuff I've sent them out on. It's time for a little meeting, I think.
Cool.
Just to recon. Let's sit. I feel like we're in the sewers. This is where we meet because nobody else is going down there.
Do you have like have you built out like a meeting?
I feel like we have like a little spot. I feel like I have like a kind of chair that I kind of sit in, and it's like my little throne. And I'm just like,
just the like
Yes.
the melancholy lord, just the Conan pose on the.
yeah, just like
All right.
what news from the north?
So it's been 1 week. No, it's been a month again. Your crew has been scouring as safely as they can because you know how imposing the Inquisition is. And William has sort of gathered the big names of your group. So we have William, we have Tanita, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and about 6 others that are just sort of a collective of your gang.
Tanita.
Yeah, Tanita with the like bulbous stomach just sort of like gyrating.
The bees.
Of the big
You like
names.
jazz? Sorry,
damn
I
it.
have to.
I don't
like-
know what that is. When someone says bees, I think Wicker Man.
You don't think of the Bee movie?
Oh, I was like 12 when I watched that.
It's iconic.
A couple big names. Rachel doesn't even know these people. Amber Mcmillan is a ghoul of yours. Sort of like gets fed down the line. She's a redhead. She is now wearing just thick coats because the snow has sort of become harsh. And Camilla Foster, which is actually a thin blood. She is not full Nosferatu, but she has been embraced either by you or by one of the other Nos So she has
It
not.
wouldn't have been me, so it would have been one of the others.
Yeah. So she has not gotten. She has not gotten the curse of being horrendous, and she's actually a daywalker. So she kind of
Cool.
joins your ghouls in their day spying, and then a collective of other people that if their name comes up, it'll come up. But you sort of sit in this meeting room of yours, and William has informed you of Leon's secret. Leon has embraced somebody, and the Lees are now sort of taking care of that person, more or less like a hostage to have leverage over Leon.
Interesting.
But you do know that Leon did not rat on you. You know that Leon stood their ground and was like, Evelyn's cool, thumbs up.
I knew I could count on him. I see some of myself in him.
Yes, of course, Mum. And Tania steps forward and says, I have been spying on the Lees of late, Mum.
Yes. What have you found out?
I have found that Olive has become quite upset at your young salubri recently. It seems that they expected more of her coming out of the performance at the party, Mum.
Well, we did give them the show they wanted. What else do they want?
More. It seems that Imogen was supposed to perform more frequently to attract more talent.
Ah, yes, I see. Right.
But you're dull, Mum. We have all been looking for it, but it has not shown up. It seems that it is being held secret. Out of our eyes, out of our ears, Mum.
Well, I don't want anybody getting captured or injured by the Inquisition, so you
No.
are doing all you can. All I ask is that you keep both eyes and ears open.
William is supposed to be on the streets during the day, but he spends so much time with you. And William sort of like pushes her. No, Mum. I'm manager role. You know, I oversee the others.
I raise my voice a bit. William will do what I ask of him,
Of course, Mum.
and what I ask of him right now is to not interrupt me.
My apologies. And you see Amber, the sort of red-headed, like, very thickly clothed ghoul comes up and says, Mum, I have seen activities around the Giovanni estate. They have been making dealings with the doctor.
The doctor.
Yes.
Is this Hyde? Rachel speaking. Is this Hyde? Doctor? Is
Yeah,
that-
that's
or-
generally what they've just
Cool?
been referring
Yeah.
to him as.
Okay. Cool.
It seems that William has been too preoccupied to see that their dealings are becoming more solidified. What do you wish me to do?
Well, Amber, I would like more information on these dealings. If you see fit to do a bit more digging, this is a team effort, and I need all of my team members pulling their weight, as I will be asking each of you to do different things for me.
Of course. And you see another, like, very skinny, almost like gnarled, still human, but is not looking so great. And you know that this is Jean Paul. Kind of like steps forward next to Amber, more like camaraderie, and says, I have overheard them talking, and apparently the doctor has been offering his condolences of the late Elvena.
Ah, so they have found out about Elvena. All right.
Yes, but they do not know what happened to her. It might be advantageous for Milady to provide such information.
Perhaps.
And you see Camilla, who is the thin blood, sort of like has a cricket bat just like leaning up against her shoulder. You have asked me to research more about the harpy position, milady.
Mm-hmm.
It seems that your, shall we call her rival now? Melinda.
Yes.
Is also after such position.
Oh, of course she is.
I have seen her talking with your allies. She is gathering information not only about them, but about you.
Well, I hope she can certainly try.
Yes. We have not been able to find her connection to the prince, but we believe that she is gathering a dossier, so to speak. And I apologize, Mum, but in my current state, I am not able to approach the prince myself. He is not a fan of thin bloods. If I were to be able to devour someone, and kind of looks at Tanita a little bit, I may advance.
That is enough.
Of course.
You can
Mom.
do whatever you wish on your own time, but not here and not these people. These are all very important people.
Of course, Mom. Please excuse myself. And sort of like backs off into the shadows a bit. William steps forward, almost like you can tell, like teacher's pet kind of posture.
God, yeah. God damn it. William, you're gonna get beat up, man. Come on. You gotta help me out here. I'm trying to help you.
Nerd.
Yeah.
As you can see, Mom, we've been hard at work. I apologize that we have not been able to find the doll. It seems that Imogen has made an effort with the humans to find it herself. Perhaps she will be lucky.
Perhaps. Now stop making excuses for yourself and tell me what you have found.
There are ghosts, Mum. Many
Yes,
ghosts.
what else is new? Yes.
No, Mom. You do not understand. And kind of like steps forward and like shuns everybody else. Jack. Jack is back.
What?
Springheel Jack, the spirit has returned.
Sorry, what was that? I'm typing all my notes. Spring heel?
Springheel Jack.
All right. Do
Which
I
is-
know that name?
It is a common folklore amongst London, which is thank you to our Patreon vote for deciding that this chapter will be about London folklore.
Ooh.
Springheel Jack is a notorious question mark that plagued London, and seems that Dear Jack is back. And that is where we're going to end this episode.
Ooh.
All the deets. All of the deets.
Oh boy, what an app.
Fuck the Lees.
We still hate them.
I hate Melinda even more. You're going down, bitch. I'll fight you.
You got a lot of information, though. That was good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Shall I do some housekeeping?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, some housekeeping. The easiest way to support Tabletop Tiddies is to become a patron at patreon.com/Tabletop Tiddies. You can check out all of our Tabletop Tiddies merchandise at tabletoptiddies.threadless.com. Shar and Kelly both have sweaters there. I had a mug from our Pride collection. Those are also from our Pride collection that they have. I don't have anything else nearby. But we've got lots of cool things, so go check it out.
They have,
including all of our character art is up now, and some other cool things as well. Make sure you're following us on social media at Tabletop Tiddies, and if you tweet using hashtag TTTiddies, you might find yourself in the Revelia, which is our D&D show, or in Victorian London as an NPC. Make sure to come back on Tuesday night at 7 p.m. PST for our D&D show Into the Revelia. All of this information can be found on our website, which is www.tabletoptiddies.com. Every time I'm saying titties is with double D.
Help, I need someone to raid. I need help. Help me. I want to pay it forward.
Chat, if anyone has someone that you know of that is currently streaming, tell us. We'll raid them.
Everyone I know, everyone I follow is not live.
In the interim, while we wait for that, I am attempting to become a professional DM. I will have more information next week. But I did a poll. We are the only Vampire the Masquerade stream ATM.
Wow.
Oh God. But yeah, I signed up for a thing, and I'm gonna be excited about that. I'm lost, y'all. There's a person.
Maddie Morgs.
Maddie Morg it is.
Chat.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. We shall be raiding them with some D&D.
I kind of just like I like being like, I don't know what to do at the end of a raid. It's it's our time to hang out. I'm typing. All right, bye everyone. We're sending you over to them. Bye.